So part 3 of the 90s vibe, we got the music elements, or at least the piano and the strings down in the last one. This one's going to be all about the beats. Let's have a listen back to what we got. So, you know, this real classic M1 kind of house piano vibe, really feeling this at the moment. So let's have a look at the beats. So the classic 90s stuff was often based around the 909 drums. You can see an Ableton 9 here, and by the way, this is live at 9 beta, so bear in mind there may be some changes in the finished product. And let's drag over this drum rack. This has got the 909 sounds in it already. Okay, there we go, the classic 909 kick. I think it's going to be important to get that down fairly soon. Just going to set the clip up here, and that's where the kick drum is. I'm going to basically paint stuff in. You know, you guys know that a lot of the time when I work, I actually play stuff in, but on this video I want to just pay attention to the programming specifically. And let's get this down. Now what I want to do is just get a little bit more control of the levels. I'm going to select both the house piano and the string. Going to right click, come down to group tracks. Just going to set this up as music for the moment. And the other thing on the master, just in case things get loud, I'm going to set up audio effects utility and bring the gain down a couple of dBs just as a little safety net. I'm going to bring the music down just very slightly. I can tuck these away. Okay, let's take a look at the programming. Very standard with the house stuff that we've got the kicks on every single beat, and then we've got a clap on every other beat. So this is beat 2 and beat 3. Okay, let's have a listen to that. Sorry, when I say beat 3, I mean beat 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for the kick, and then it's 2. And then 4 for the clap, okay? Okay, now very standard, open hat, the classic sound on the offbeats. Let's do this here. So you can pay attention to the grid numbers, you know, make sure you're getting those the same. Now the open hat and close hat have a little bit of a relationship. They basically set up so that when there's only like one sound of the two that can play, so we get this really interesting interplay going on. So the closed hat, let me get my grid back. Let's get me the 16th grid, right? So triplet, 16 triplet. All right, there's another video of mine. I'm going to put a link up so you can go and see that. It really goes into detail about the programming, swing, all that kind of stuff. But let's have a look. What we're going to do. Okay, let me bring this down. So you've got that real Jersey kind of vibe going down. And let's do another one of them. Let's bring this over, maybe over here. Okay, over. And then I feel maybe over here. Let's move it over. And then another one here. Okay, so let me just listen to the beats on their own for the moment. Do you know what I want to do? I want to try something because I've been using it recently, and in the live suite for Live 9 Beta you get Max for Live, and we got some instruments in here. So there's a drum synth, which is a kick somewhere here. There we go. I'm going to try this, right? So this is using a synthesizer for drums, all right? So there's no samples, and this could be quite nice for this track. Potentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, just drag this over and take away everything except for that kick, and let's solo this. Now at the moment it doesn't sound very good, So it needs some work. Now I'm going to take the pitch down, and this is using a pitch envelope to create the sound, so you can see that here. So I'm going to increase the amount. Let's take the decay longer. See, this has got a real kind of 909 kind of vibe to it. Let's try some drive on there. You know, that's got that real kind of heavy vibe to it. I tell you what, if I take the 909 out here, let's try that with this. See, that's got that real kind of raw kick kind of flavor to it. I might go with that, you know, so I'm just going to say here, kick, and then take the solo off. Right, this is shaping up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two, group these together, group tracks. This is going to be beats. There's still some work that needs to be done. Let's have a listen. Just going to take the rim shot out for the moment. Just find it in the list. Yeah. For me, the rim shot was just cluttering things up. You know, you always want to try ideas out, see if things work, but sometimes, you know, an element that you add, when you think it sounds good on its own, it's like, yeah, it's good, but then when you put the other elements back, it can sound a bit messy. So I'm going to take that rim shot out, and to be honest with you, because it's in here, I might as well just take it out on the MIDI clip as well, just make it nice and clear. So I'm going to say here 909 beat 1. It's just a little framework at the moment. Okay, now I want to flip and check out the original elements. So I'm going to take these, drag these up, really feeling that kick, the Max for Live one. This is the original piano. Okay, now I'm looking for some kind of little skippy snare kind of vibe. It's not going to come from that kit that I've already got loaded up. Just wondering about setting up something else. Now these kits, I haven't checked them all out, you know. So there's drum synth, drum rack. Just thinking to myself, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to instruments, going to go to simpler. I'm going to set it up as a separate one. So this is dedicated just for the snare. And the great thing about using a simpler is you can pitch the snares up and down. And that can sound really good sometimes. So what I need to do is I need to go to my sound library. Okay, I've got here everything organized. So drums and percussion, drum hits. And I want like a snare. Let's have a listen. I don't know what we got here. Let's put the Audition on. Do you know what, that actually could be quite nice. I'm going to drag this in, see what it sounds like. I'm going to trigger. I'm just doing a little bit of playing around here. Okay, I tell you what, it's probably quite hard for you to hear what's going on there. Just gonna have a look. What's my grid? Let's go back onto that triplet with the 16s. And okay, yeah, so it looked like I was trying to do some kind of swing in there. Just gonna quantize. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take that down. Let's put this back so we can hear it. Okay, That's better. Let me just take the music off. So what I do is also I do another one over here. Okay, that's good. Another thing that's quite important for this kind of a tune is a shaker, all right? And what I could do is do a similar vibe. So just as a little quick thing, I'm going to show you. I'm going to say here's snare. I'm going to duplicate. So this has actually created a new track with another instance assembler. I'm going to take the clip away. And on here, I'm going to go to my shakers folder. Now actually, that's like a shaker and a tambourine. I quite like that. So I might bring this on. So instead of the existing sample, we've got this. Let's come back onto the right channel. Yeah, I like that. Maybe change the start point. Okay, so I'm going to record that in. Okay, let's take a look at what that is in terms of the programming. And interestingly, I'm going against what I was saying at the very beginning of the video in terms of the programming, but you know, by playing stuff in, but I'm just rolling with the vibe, you know, and sometimes you have to do that. So look, this is the programming. Some of that was really out. Okay, let's have a look. That was nice at the beginning there. And you know what I'll do? Just do a little shorter loop. But I want to get another one in there, maybe one of these lower ones, and let's do it over here. Okay, I'm going to name that shaker and tam. Yeah, okay, that's working nicely. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring these into this group. All right, so let's bring the snare in, the shaker. Let's take a listen. Okay, you know, I feel I want to rough them up a bit more, you know. So let's go for audio effects. You guys might have seen me use the saturator before. Just going to push the drive up. Okay, now this is shaping up. That's adding this kind of saturation vibe. Basically adds harmonics to the sound. It sounds richer and there's much more energy going on. But you know what? I want to add some reverb on my clap. I feel like I want to add some space to it. So literally what I'm going to do on here is drop in the reverb and bring the dry wet mix down a bit. You can really hear that on the clap. See how this sounds with the music. Let's get everything going again on here. Let's copy these down so you can hear there's some nice progression stuff going on here. Whoa, just copied that onto the wrong place. And let's get this. Where's my music gone? Okay, I got this on solo, that's why. Here we go. Okay, let's get these guys triggering. So it's clear that the little skippy snare needs to go lower. And the shaker and tambourine as well. And maybe I'll pan these a bit as well, like quite wide. Let's create some nice space in the mix there. So a little bit of housekeeping, 909 here. Let's fold that down. Shaker, let's get these named. So shaker, this one here, shaker. Snare. There's probably some other elements that need to come in as well. But for the moment, so I'm going to say here, kick. Kick. Yeah, that's shaping up nicely. But I'll tell you something else I want to try. In Live 9, we've got this bus compressor. Now, this can work really nicely on drums sometimes. So audio effects, and we got glue compressor. This is on all of the beats after the saturator. Let's have a listen. Gonna bring the threshold down. Just want to solo this and I'm going to bypass it. Do you know what? Makes a big difference. Just going to leave that in the default settings for the moment. So yeah, we've got some beats down, and you know what's probably going to come next is a bass line, and I'll give you a clue. You know, I'm not going to do it in this video, we'll do it in the next one, but you know, as I said to you at the beginning, or was it last time, I can't remember, the low notes in the piano are going to be a good guide for the bass line on this track, I reckon. So yeah, there's some beats down. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to add any more. I might do. We'll see how it goes. But for the moment, that's part 3 done and dusted, and let's take a look at getting a bass line locked down on the next video.